Hello everyone, myself Anand Kumar HN, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Maharaja Institute of Technology, Mysore. Today I am here to discuss about a subject called Application Development using Python, which is a 5th semester subject, the subject code 18 CS 55. So I think you are aware of or you are heard of name Python. Python is currently one of the trending technology, trending programming language. Everybody wants to learn Python programming, right? So let us discuss something about Python. Python is a general purpose programming language which was introduced by a computer scientist called Guido van Rossum in the year 1990s. In the early stage of 1990, he started developing Python language, and Python has got two versions basically, Python 2.0 and Python 3.0. Python 2.0 which was released in the year 2000, Python 3.0 is released in the year 2008. Okay, you know that if you consider top 10 languages which are used in IT industry now, you can list out Python in top 10 also. Means people are using Python for every application. So the applications include let us say it is a mathematical application, scientific application, or education purpose, image processing, gaming application, 3D animations, everywhere, hospital or for healthcare sectors, for scientific purpose, everywhere they are using Python. And this Python has got some features. It is not very new language. It has imported so many features from already existing languages like C, C++, and Java, and some other languages also. And Python is a general purpose language, means it will holds good for every kind of application, and Python is a dynamically typed language. This is one of the feature of Python, and Python handles garbage collection automatically. That is one of the other feature, and Python is just like similar to your English language. So when anybody wants to learn Python, the previous knowledge of any language is not required, not at all required. Let us say a person from civil engineering, a person from mechanical engineering, or person is from arts or commerce or music or medical, even they can start learning Python from the day one without knowing other programming languages. So Python is very easy to learn, and it has got wide variety of applications, and you can find all the document in the website called www.python.org. This website gives you all type of information. Okay, let us talk about how to interact with computer using Python programming. To let us say I want to write a Python program or Python code, how do I interact with computer or machine? So for that we have some softwares, or I can say they are integrated development environment. They are called as IDEs, where you can use them and you can write code or you can develop applications using Python. So I have listed some applications, some top most popular applications or popular IDEs. First one is called as IDLE. It's a very simplest interactive application. Then PyCharm, PyDev, Spider, Jupyter Notebook. These are the popular IDEs where you can use them to interact with a machine using or you can develop Python code using these IDEs. So here let us say you can easily install IDLE, a software where you can using that software you can develop Python code. Okay, whenever let us say assume that you have installed IDLE software, if you just go to Google and if you search IDLE, you will get a downloadable link. So you will get IDLE. If you open IDLE for the first time, the IDLE start with a symbol like 3 greater than symbols. This symbol is called as prompt. This symbol is called as prompt symbol. So whenever you open IDLE, you will get a symbol. This symbol is called as a prompt symbol. So whenever you have any instruction in Python, you can just start typing in front of this prompt, so that you will get a result back from the Python. And the Python is not compiled language, is an interpreted language. Python is an interpreted language. It will execute line or instruction line by line. It will not convert the instruction to one format to other format, or from higher level to machine level. No, it will directly execute the lines or instruction line by line. Okay, let us discuss about how to interact with terminal or interactive mode, or I can say IDLE, how to interact with IDLE. So let us say when you want to print something, or when you want to add, if you want to add two numbers in other languages, if you have previous knowledge of C, C++ or Java, you need to write at least 10 lines of code or 5 lines of code to add two numbers. But in the interactive mode in Python, no need of code is required. You no need to write any code. Simply enter some value in front of the prompt, then immediately you will get the output. For example, let us say I want to add 5 plus 2. You will get a prompt. In front of the prompt, you just say 5 plus 2. It will give the result as 7. So very simple. In the same way, if you give 5 minus 4, so you will get result as 1. The same way, 5 star 5, so you will get output as 25. It's an immediate reply. I can say immediate response you will get from the Python terminal or IDLE. So in the same way, if you say 15 divided by 3, so you will get, so what, 5 as a result. If you say 16 divided by 3, so you will get 5.3 maybe. And there is a floor division also, floor division. Let us say 16 divide. This is called as a floor division. So it will round off the number. If you are getting answer in the floating point number, it will round off. So you will get answer as 5. So this is called as flooring division, floor division. So in the same way, we have one more operator. Let us say 2 star 3, 2 star 3. So this will give you a power of a number, 2 power 3. This is equal to 2 power 3. So 2 power 3, it is 8. So this is the answer you get from the Python terminal, interactive terminal. No need to give any kind of instruction. Let us say no printf, no header files, and no brackets. Okay, no main function. So directly you can keep on entering instruction into a terminal. Okay, now discuss about some other operators and how to enter expression into the terminal. Okay, let us consider a mod operator. You already know mod operator, 23 mod 7. So when you have 23 mod 7, so this is just like a reminder. So 23 divided by 7, and what is the reminder? 23 divided by 7, that is 21. So 21, the reminder is 2. So in the same way, 2 plus 2, it is very simple, but I have provided some blank spaces. Still it is not an error. When you have blank spaces in between the expression, which is not an error, which is evaluated in the proper way. Let us consider 5 plus 2 plus 3 plus star 3, means you have between two operands, you have two operator, which is an error. It is very simple. So when you have two operators between two operands, which is error, so we'll get, it is a wrong answer. Okay, now let us discuss how to insert expression into the terminal. So I have very simple expression, 5 minus 1 star 7. So how it will, this expression will get evaluated. So this expression get evaluated based on the priority of operators, operator precedence, right? So 5 minus 1 star 7 means here we have to evaluate bracket first, then we have to go for star operator. So 5 minus 1, it is 4 into 7, so which is 28. So here again we have bracket, star and plus. You cannot evaluate 7 plus 5 first. So you need to evaluate bracket first, that is 4 star 7 plus 5, correct? Then when you have 4 star 7 plus 5, so again I have got two operators. So two operators which has got highest precedence, star has got highest precedence. How do I know that precedence value? I will write simple formula, that is BODMAS. You can just remember this. BODMAS formula. Here it's a very simple formula, it's just to remember. B stands for brackets of, means remove the bracket, next division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. So this is a very simple notation where I can remember the things. So first we need to evaluate the brackets, then division, I don't have any division, then I should perform multiplication operation, that is 4 into 7, 28 plus 5, finally I have 28 plus 5 which is 33, the correct answer. Now this is the next one. So first I need to solve the brackets, that is 5 minus 1 4 star. I have a whole bracket here, inside that I have smaller two brackets, 7 plus 1 8 divided by 3 minus 1 2. So these two brackets are evaluated, then I have final bracket, that is 4 into 8 divided by 2, it is 4, 4 4s are 16. But here the problem is you won't get a value like 16, you will get 16.0. So we will learn the next lesson why we got 16.0, why it is not 16, because when you have division operation, so the result will be in the floating value, means decimal line, fractional part get added, fractional part 0 get added, then 4 into 4 which is 16.0 is the answer. So this is how we enter expression into the interactive mode or interactive shell, we call it as shell. Okay. Next we have data types. So when you consider any programming language, data types are basic building blocks of any language. Means you have data, you are going to store that data in some memory location or in the computer memory. The data should be recognized with some data type, whether you are storing some numbers or some string or some symbols, or whether you are storing Boolean values like true or false values. So like this. So Python basically supports all the data types. So basically they are categorized into integer, float and string, and we have one more called a Boolean data type also, which has got true, false. So if you consider integer values are nothing but they are whole numbers. Let us say 1, 3, 57, minus 71, minus 99. So these are the whole numbers, either positive or negative. They don't have any fractional part. So float values 0.5, 7.81 minus 8.65, 914.56 minus 45.156. So these are the floating point values. Next we have string. String in Python are enclosed with single quote. Let us say A, that is small capital letter A, then we have MIT and we have MIT Mysore. They are enclosed with either double quote or single quote. Next we have Boolean values. Boolean values are nothing but true or false values. So these are the different data types Python will handle.
Here it is a
answer.
integer, it is a character,
this is
it is
how
not a
we
string, it is just a
enter
character.
expression
It
into
is not
the,
possible. Number, integer,
interactive
integer,
mode
it is
or
possible.
interactive shell.
String,
We call it as shell.
concatenation, it is possible. Here also both are treated as string. Even this is a string and this is enclosed with single quote, they are treated as string. The result becomes 2, 2. And it is a whole string. It is not single, so individual string, this becomes a string. Finally, I have 2 star 3. Can you perform multiplication again? If you perform 2 star 5.0, it becomes integer into float. It is not possible. Automatically, the Python interpreter will upgrade this 4 into 4.0. That conversion is called as implicit conversion, data conversion. So 4.0 into 5.0, it becomes 20.0. But what about this? You have string and you have number, integer. So again, it is not a error. It is called as replication. It will create a replication. 2 star 3 means it will generate 3 times the words 2, 2, 2. It will generate 3 times 2, 2, 2 without any space. So in the same way, if I write like this, 2 star 3.0, and again the result cannot be same as previous example, because here it is a string into float, so this cannot happen. So this becomes, or you will get error in this instruction. This is the error. Okay, here it will work fine, means you can replicate any string with integer value. You cannot replicate any value or any string with floating value. This becomes an error. Okay, understood? Python, the variable name can either begin with underscore or a character, it cannot begin with any number. Okay. Last rule is you cannot have variable name which is same as your keyword. Like Python has got some inbuilt keyword. Let us say the keywords, the sample keywords are not, if, continue, break. So these are some keywords. You cannot have these keywords as variable name. This is the rule in Python. Okay, next we will discuss about how to print on the screen. What is the instruction used to print something on the screen? So for that we have a function called print function, print, print function in Python, print, which takes the characters to be printed on the monitor. Let us say hi, good morning. So this should be typed in terminal. And Python, so putting semicolon is not required. It does not take any semicolon for each instruction. If you consider C and C++ or Java, so each line should be ended with semicolon, but in Python it is not required. So when you execute, the output become hi, good morning. This will be the output. Print hi, good morning. So when you have a prompt, in front of the prompt you should write print hi, good morning. So you will get output as hi, good morning. Okay, next to take the input from the user or to take the input from the end users, we have another function called input function. So let us say first of all you will say print print what is your name. What is your name? Means you are asking somebody that what is your name. You are asking somebody what is your name. They should enter, right? They should enter their name in using keyboard. Let us say my name is Anand. I will enter my name as Anand. So for that you should take a function called input. So input function, what it will do? Input function will wait for the instruction, wait for the input. Whenever input function is executed, your interpreter will wait for the user input, and whenever it receives user input, it will automatically stored in a variable. It should be stored in a variable. So again I have a prompt, name is equal to input. This is called as assignment. Here whatever data we receive from the input function, that will be stored in a variable called name. Okay, name. Then let us say assume that I will get I will enter input as Anand. First I will get message like what is your name, then it will say input, I will enter my name. So finally I should replace some message to Anand. For that what I will do, print hi. Good morning. Hi, good morning. So I want to print like hi, good morning Anand. So then what you should do? So first of all you have whatever you wanted to say, message. That message part should be in the first part, and the name part, whatever user has entered, that input is stored in the variable called name variable. That name should be given as a one more parameter to the print function. So we have first parameter, it is message to be printed, and second parameter is a variable name which get appended. So along with the message, whatever message you are printing, along with that message the name get attached. So here I am entering Anand, so you will get output as hi, good morning Anand. So we will get output like this, hi, good morning Anand. This is the output. So this is a very small program you can execute by yourself. So we have one print function, what is your name? It will print on the screen what is your name. Immediately it will wait for the user input. So once the user enters some input, let us say Anand or Kumar or Bharat, whatever. So once they have entered the name, that will directly it will stored into a variable called name. Here you can observe, I was telling in the beginning, Python is a dynamically typed language. Why it is called as dynamically typed language means, so the reverse of dynamically or opposite of dynamically typed language is a statically typed language, or C, C++, Java or JavaScript. So whatever language you consider before Python, they are statically typed, because whenever you store data, you should know what kind of data you are storing in a variable. Let us say I want to store some phone number. So phone number can be a real number, or it can be an integer. Let us say I want to store some fractional part and decimal part, some percentage value, then you should go to some float value. I want to store my house address, then it should go to some string value. But here the beauty of Python is, whenever user enters the input, so they will not mention what kind of data they are entering, or what kind of data you are storing into a variable. Based on what kind of data you store, the Python interpreter will decide. Let us say I can take one more example. Let us say A is equal to 1, B is equal to 4.9, C is equal to Mysore. So I have taken 3 values, and D is equal to true. I have taken 4 values. Here nowhere I am mentioning A is a integer, B is a float, and C is a string, D is a boolean. So nowhere I am mentioning the data type of variable. So this is the concept called dynamically typed language. Based on what kind of data you are storing, into a variable, that data type is automatically generated by Python interpreter. Here, and one more concept, whenever you take input using input function, whatever you enter, that will be stored as a string data type. Let us say you will enter 1, 2, 3, even 1, 2, 3 is stored as string. Let us say you are entering 49.45, even 49.45 is treated as string in input. We will discuss that later. So as of now, input will accept the data which is of the format string. Whatever data you enter, that will be converted as string, it will be stored in the name, and that name get attached to a print statement. This is very simple example, simple program for the beginners. Thank you.